Good morning. It's Saturday, May 30th. It's the feast of Joan of Arc. It's worse when you see it. Hearing George Floyd saying he can't breathe and seeing no response from those who had him in custody, handcuffed and on the ground, was to see the worst of human behavior and indifference to human life. To see three persons responsible for Mr. Floyd's safety do nothing to protect him or stop the fourth makes them complicit accomplices in his death. All four must be held accountable for their actions and face the consequences. Mr. Floyd's preventable death, following the well-publicized altercation between Christian Cooper and Amy Cooper, Ahmaud Arbery's murder, the killing of Breonna Taylor, and the endless and countless microaggressions inflicted on people of color daily show just how deeply racism is institutionalized in our country. I read the statements from the bishop and bishop-elect of Minnesota. I've listened to some of Joe Biden's remarks. I've heard Van Jones on CNN. And I understand that Mr. Floyd's death, seeing it and hearing him, has been the tipping point for many of the protesters. My question is, how do we fix this? How do we end institutionalized racism? And how do we become a better country? At Grace Church, this question is, how do we honor the promises we made in our baptismal covenant and live into them? To seek and serve Christ in all persons, loving our neighbors as ourselves. And will you strive for justice and peace among all people, respecting the dignity of every human being? There's no simple answer to how we fix this. And to vilify the police, most of whom are decent men and women who want to serve their communities and make a difference for good, may be a reaction against the agents of a deeply embedded system of racial injustice. How do we stop this hatred and help create a more just society? At Grace Church, we reaffirm our baptismal covenant to respect the dignity of every human being. We will look to see whether we are knowingly or unknowingly institutionally racist. We will reach out to our local NAACP chapter to support them and see how we can work together. We will reach out to the diocese to see what we as wider church are doing. And we commit to live out Jesus' commandment to love our neighbors. Wherever you may be, God bless you and God keep you safe.